let's talk about Keep the Car Running. Let's
Let's do
talk
it.
about this project.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. Tell me about it. Tell me a little bit more about, like, the impetus behind it
Yeah.
and why now is the time to be putting this out. Like, let us
Yeah.
know all the things.
For sure, for sure. So, um, like I said, I've loved putting film dialogue and stuff for a while.
Yep.
Because it just feels like another kind of sampling. Like people sample stuff
Sure.
all the time, sampling music, but then if you like throw some film dialogue into it, it can like point the direction of like the theme of the song or like whatever you're trying to say, and it just gives it like uh, a cinematic uh piece or element.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I loved Heat, and I was like, I'm really digging these like '90s era films
Yep.
that are like a little grainy, and they have like really really nice clean story arcs and like bold characters and great dialogue. And that one just struck me because it's just electric, bro. It's just like it's such an incredible film, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this. And I've been getting all of my beats from this guy called Stoic Beats.
Okay.
He's a New Yorker.
Hey.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
And he's the man. He does a lot of chopped samples, and it's like warbly and like sticky and gritty, and it's just like it really matched the tone of Heat a little bit. So I was like, I'm gonna throw one of these into a song, and I did that one day, and it just sounded so good and like matched so well that I was like, I might just make a whole project off of this.
Mm.
So um, that's what I did, and it was, like, the winter time, and, I was living with some friends in Woodruff Place, and, one of our friends ended up needing to move out to live with his shawty, so we kind of, like, broke our lease, and I was like, "Okay, I now need to think about my next year," which I haven't really done lately,
Sure.
and I was like, "I'm gonna either live here, for another year, work at the same place for another year," which I had already worked at for, like, 7.5 years, which is
Okay.
wild. And I've been wanting to leave for a long time.
Sure.
Um, and I'm like, "Am I gonna do the same thing for another year and lock myself into that?" And I was like, "That just doesn't sound like what I wanna do."
Yeah.
So and I have a good one of my best friends lives in LA, and
Okay.
he's always been like, come and stay with me for a couple months if you want. Like, you don't have to pay me anything. Just like stay on the couch and see if you like it. Cause there's a lot of people out here doing what you do." And I was like, this is the time. So, I needed to save up some money first. So I just like stayed with my dad. Like
Yep.
I moved out of there. I stayed with my dad. He lived on a farmhouse on the west side. And I was like, okay, I'm going to spend the winter season like being a recluse and just working on craft and crafting this whole project.
Mm.
So dude, it's like, it was super cathartic. I
Yeah.
kinda hate that word, but it's just like it was, such a nice, season because 'cause
Totally.
I'm, like, up in this farmhouse room, the snow's coming down outside, and I'm in there, and I'm just, like, cooking
Yeah.
constantly, and I'm, like, uh, I'm just, like, rambling a lot, I feel
No,
like, but,
not at all.
just to set the scene,
Yeah.
and then so, I started making this project, and it sort of became, over time, like a reflection of this pivotal season between like Indianapolis and moving to a new place to try out a new scene and like see if the music infrastructure of LA is bullshit or if it really is worth its salt, and
Sure.
like what it would mean to go and try it. And so yeah, the whole winter I'm just like making this project that's about um it's kind of like a farewell letter to Indy and like a love letter to Indy. Like I have loved being here and like and scrapping and having this community and this like place where I have the insulation of my community to build something that at first is not up to snuff at all,
Sure.
but like I have the support enough to be able to keep doing it and build it out to where it is something that's worth something. And then uh like saying thank you for all of that and like continuing the scrap
Yeah.
elsewhere. So, and it's kind of like the guys in the movie are like professional thieves and like
Yeah.
heist men. So, and I find that it just mimics like the artist journey because there's no conventional route to like get to a professional level of artistry.
Sure.
You kind of have to like build it as you go and like and scrap and like use your network, and you have to like DM people cold and like find venues, and you have to like you're constantly like reaching out and trying to like build it and create the strategy as you go,
Yeah.
which feels uh like you're a thief out there and you're like
Sure.
you're planning your uh your score and like how you're going to take it down and how you're going to figure it out, and no one has done it before.
Yeah.
This is the first time. So um that's kind of like the mirroring of Heat in it.
Okay.
Um and yeah, it's just awesome, dude. It's like a lot of chop samples, a lot of film dialogue in between that gives it a cinematic sense and helps create the arc of the story. And there's a shit ton of great features on it, like Life of
Totally.
Tom. Life of Tom's a New
Yeah.
Yorker. He's dope. He knows Stoic, and like Stoic's
Okay.
brother is a rapper as well. So it's like I really enjoy it. Their community out there. They're
Yeah.
all really good. Um, and then like Pothole Freestyle has just as many nap rappers as
Insane.
I could fit on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to make like a Wu-Tang style nap record.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, there's like we have so many people that are just like just cutters here. Like they're killers. They're
Yeah.
so good at rapping. And I'm like, let's put us all on a track. It'll be a fun, like cheeky track, and we'll just try to outdo each other. And like it just turned out so well, dude.
Bro, that
Yeah.
song I feel like is you're teasing us, and there's like
Yeah.
some like 15-minute version where
Bro.
everybody's got like 6 verses.
I would like for that to happen.
Insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Um Thinking about like trying to get all of these people on one track.
Yeah.
What's like the how hard is that?
Dude, it's
How difficult is that to make happen?
it can be tough. Especially just like logistically speaking, like trying to make 5 different schedules line up or
Yeah.
whatever. That was tough. But I mean like also like if I want to have someone on a song, I want to have the majority of it done. So when I send it to them,
Okay.
I'm like,
Sure.
this is the whole sound sans your part. So that they know they have a full idea of it and they
Yeah.
can either say, yeah, I fuck with that or no, I don't. Because if it's not like totally done, then they don't have a full idea of like what they're signing on to. So
Sure.
like that was difficult at first because I had to like pitch it with only my verse. Or
Yeah.
like I had 2 little sections and that was only like 30 seconds of the song.
Yeah.
So that was kind of difficult, but I had to like sell the idea of it and just be like, I want to make a Wu-Tang style song where we just get as many people as we can, no hook. Everybody just spits as hard as they can and like tries to outdo each other. And it's going to be called Pothole Freestyle, which is just like I love. Yeah, I just love
Yeah.
like it's so grounded in nap and so I hit up Flacco first, and he was like, dude, he's so like enigmatic.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's like I like messaged him about it. I was like, "Hey man, like I love your stuff. Like, would you want to hop on this?" And he was like, "Let me take a look at it." And then like the next day, like, and then I checked in like a couple days later, and he just like sent me a full verse done.
That's
And I
crazy.
was like, dude, and it was incredible too. I was like, dude, that's crazy. So and so that was how it like that was really a good way to get it started.
Yeah.
And then I had a friend who knew B Swift, and then I wanted him to do like the intro
Yep.
because I thought just to add to like the nap um like pop cultural aspect of
Totally.
it.
The sound is as big as the potholes on the road you drive
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. So it is a little bit difficult to put it together, but once we did get it together and we got everyone in the studio, that was the best because we did like the crew ad libs in the back, which like gives it such like a full room feel.
Totally.
And dude, it's actually interesting how much doper you feel about what you've written when you have people in the background that are like saying your words with you and like making it sick. You're
For
like, oh,
real.
it's not just me like trying to make everybody understand that this is a dope verse. Like I got all my boys behind me saying the same thing, and like,
Yeah.
dude, it makes like an Avengers effect. Like you can be a superhero on your
Facts.
own, but when you got the Avengers there too, like it's just more powerful.
Yeah.
So
We're talking about everybody having their own design, finding people whose designs can mesh well with your design.
yeah,
Like I feel like that's kind of what this project gave me, especially the way that it's just structured. And like one of my biggest takeaways was just the idea of how, like what we've been talking about, how we can in community raise like all levels around us but it particularly the level that we're bringing to the table ourselves.
Yeah.
What's like your big hope that people walk away with when they tune in?
Um, striking forth in your
Mm,
thing. Yeah, because it's like, mirroring the guys of Heat, like you have this prize that you're out, like this goal that you're out trying to get to, and you're scrapping the whole way and like having to be cheeky and learn things and like figure out how to get there without any conventional route or somebody like uh paying you, for lack of a better,
for
you know what I
sure.
mean, like to
Yeah.
get there, fiscally or otherwise. And so I think the main thing for me is like just prioritizing self actualization or like self development in lieu of reward, or like in lieu of
Mm,
security, I guess.
totally.
Because like Roger specifically is like kind of talking about like the journey of making music, and it's like, I've come all this way. I'm definitely like gaining momentum and stride, but like it took a lot of investment and work. And the one thing that I take away from that is like you get some you get scrappy along the way and you get some fat nuts, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what you do. Like when you are foregoing a return on your investment for that long, but it's yourself that you're investing in, and you keep doing it over and over again, then you just get like you become cut out of wood at some point. And like
Mm,
you might have some friends over here that have taken the more conventional route the whole way, and like they have a more secure life than you do, but you have a much uh, greater spirit than they do, because you
mm,
have taken that path and like uh, taken on suffering intentionally to evolve yourself to a high level spiritually.
totally.
And so that you can take that with you forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have courage, you have, you're not afraid to do something scared. And like that kind of self development is something that you can't buy. So it's
Facts.
like, if you do that, you may end up reaping uh, material rewards from it, or you may not.
Sure.
But like, you have the character that you were after the whole time.
Totally.
Yeah,
Well, I think it reminds me of a conversation I had recently about the difference between somebody who actually is passionate and cares for the thing that they love and does the thing that they love versus somebody who is just going through the motions.
yeah,
And maybe like technically they are super proficient, like very good, expert level at what they do.
yeah,
But there's a difference and I think it's probably the authenticity factor when it comes to viewing or experiencing a piece of art that somebody who's just like, "Oh, I got a check and I just did this because, I'm good at it," versus somebody who's like truly scrapped, truly cares for, truly loves and is passionate about the art of
yeah,
creating. And it's not just because of the art form, which I think truly like the respect for the art truly shows through not only in this but in all of your work, but like for themselves
yeah,
because it's like again you're making a project ostensibly for the world because it'll live forever on the internet,
yeah,
but like the core of that is like I'm making something for me.
yeah, yeah.
um with that in mind, who is this project for outside of Grayson Pitts?
Uh, Gosh, it's for Naptown residents, that's for sure.
Okay,
There's
okay.
so many like B Swift is on it a couple of
Yep.
times. Ton of Naptown rappers. I don't know how many times the word Naptown is said throughout the record, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I wanted to make like a fun and cinematic sort of gritty record that's like paying homage to such a great city. And then like pointing in the direction of the next one as well. So it's
Mm,
like um, there's so much of it that I think it would be rich for someone who is from Indianapolis, because
yeah.
it's just glazing up the city and like what it means to be from here.
Yeah.
And so definitely that. And then also just for anyone who like has that design or like something innate in them that they are curious about and they like gravitate towards without anyone paying them to do it or like
Yeah,
asking them to do it. It's just like, um, if there's something you're curious about that you want to peruse, and it takes a little bit of courage to get there, or if you already took that first step and you're like on your way, like all the artists in town and stuff like that, that you're doing something really important,
yeah,
and I hope that it's motivating for people who are either on the road less traveled by, or they're like at the beginning of the path about to take that first step.
totally.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
For Naptown folks, like it's the perfect driving record for
right
this
on.
city
Yeah,
because like you
keep the
can
car
listen to the
running,
whole
baby. It's a
thing
car record.
and like you can go from the west side to the east side. You can go from the south side to the north side, like,
Yeah,
and you can listen to this whole project. And it's not like, I mean, I love my double LP, like feature length, like, albums and stuff, but
yeah,
like
yeah,
there's something to a curated experience being a little bit shorter, but no less full of life, of inspiration and stuff like
yeah,
that. So
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
I appreciate like you can hop on 465 and get up to where you need to go on Castleton or whatever, and like you're taking the city with you
yeah.
in that way.
Hell yeah. I love that.
Um,
That's awesome.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you also while you're in town, 'cause you're only in town for like a few weeks or something like
Yeah, it's
that, a
like
couple weeks.
yeah, week
Okay.
and a half.
You made time to screen Heat
Hell yeah, dude.
at the Can Cinema.
Yeah.
Um, I'm wondering another thing that you did at that, I believe, was gave out a free piece of merch to folks,
Yeah.
which I think is really cool because I had a whole section about Fleshed Out that I was going to ask about, and I feel like it was like we don't have enough time. But
That's fine.
like, what the thing that I loved about that album was the release aspect of it, and like how you had a bunch of stuff ready to go, and
Yeah.
the fact that you were only releasing it on vinyl, I
Yeah.
thought was insane,
Yeah,
but
right on. Yeah.
insane in like the best way.
Yeah.
I love your approach to like merch because it is less about quantity and more about, I guess, quality, but like the experience of having this, like you
Yeah.
call it analog, I think, piece of
Yes.
something in your hand.
For sure.
Can you talk a little bit just about like putting that experience together as part of an extension of like keep the car running?
Mhm. Yeah, so for this project in particular, like I've seen a lot of other artists and their rollouts and how they build a whole world around it. And
Sure.
like I think with past projects that I've done, it's been like getting closer to that sort of fuller world building sort of rollout of a project. Because and like with Fleshed Out, one of the fun things was like just doing it on vinyl because that makes it, I think it increases the value of it.
100%.
Because like everything is available all the time to
Yeah.
people, which makes the value go down. And it's like, okay, well, especially for someone like me who's like, I don't have a massive audience, but I have a decent one that's kind of localized. And it's like, okay, how can I um, reward myself and this small community by like making something exclusive to us,
Mm,
and making it uh, something that is limited and
yeah.
raising its value in that way and making it special. So that was kind of the impetus behind doing the vinyl only for that.
Sure.
And then with the heat screening, I tried to like with this project in general, I wanted to take the world building an extra length. So like we did little teasers for like every song, and each one is like pointing at heat from a different angle.
Sure.
So like I have those. I had the screening and a bunch of other things as the rollout
Yeah.
continues.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I just wanted to like point at the project from a bunch of different angles and kind of build out the world gradually. But the screening thing was great for that because I'm like, okay, well, so much of this relies on this film, and
Sure.
I'm like, Can is dope. I'm sure I can hit them up and see if they're
Yep.
down for this. And fortunately, they already were screening another Michael Mann film earlier in the month, so they were like, we can add on Heat, and what I did was I made like these little um keys. It's like a USB in the shape of a key.
Yep.
Yeah, and like what's attached to it is like a motel fob,
Oh,
and
okay.
it
Gotcha.
says like it's supposed to be like an artifact from the album's world. It's like Robin's Motel, and it has like a
Okay.
fake Koreatown, LA address on it.
Gotcha.
And it's like on the back it says like rest easy and hop back in the car. You can almost keep the car running, like the motel slogan
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So but and then on the key USB is the same full length version of the album with no skips that I sent to you,
Yeah.
plus like a letter from me. And I'm just like, it's just a fun and more unique and personal way of promoting something, I think.
Totally.
And like, it's not like I played the album for anybody in the theater.
Sure.
It was just like, you all are here because you love the same thing that I love. And so like that being the case, I'm going to give you uh this analog thing that takes a little more intentionality for you to get into if you want to. And it took intentionality from me. So it kind of sets that precedent. And then it's like, since you already have bought into the world of Heat, and we both have, we love
Yeah.
it, try my thing on for
Yeah,
size.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So it was just a fun event to drop into the rollout. Into the rollout.
Any like big takeaways from that experience as you move through the rest of the rollout that you're like hanging on
Um,
to?
yeah, I think one thing is like there are communities of people that love these niche things out there. Like I have liked Heat for a long time, obviously enough to make a whole project
Yeah.
with dialogue from it and stuff. And then I had like some friends that I put on to Heat, or they already knew about it, but it was just like a movie they liked. It wasn't like something that they were like super stoked on.
Yeah.
And then when I did the screening, most of the people I don't think were there for me. Some of them were for sure, but there was a ton of people that were there because they love Heat. And that was cool because I'm walking around the theater and like setting down these little pieces of merch, and people are like, "Oh, what's this?" And I'm like, "Well, like I'm an artist. I'm a Hoosier
Yeah.
artist. I just made this record. It uses stuff from Heat all throughout it." And they're like, "Bro, I love Heat. Heat's my favorite movie." And they were like, "Thank you for getting Can to put this on because we love this, and like seeing it in the theater is
Yeah.
awesome." And I'm like, and dude, throughout the movie, people are like if you've seen it, when like these like awesome one-liners are about to come up,
Right.
and you can feel like people kind of like tense up or make little like noises when they know it's gonna come. And then like the Al Pacino has some like just stupid one-liners in the movie, and everybody's like laughing or like clapping in the
Yeah.
theater. And I'm like, it's so cool to like you put this movie on and all of these people flock to it from their respective like areas of the city, and they all love the same thing so much that like they're commenting on it throughout the whole thing. And I'm like, it's cool when you like light a torch on something like that and you don't really know who's going to come, but you discover that there's this whole niche, like it's like its own subreddit or whatever, people
Yeah.
that just love this thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool that that this exists, and like this thing brought it together here, and now I get to talk with all of you about the same thing that we love, and then obviously segue into what I developed from that, which is this project.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like trying to get more ideas about like, okay, how can I find these other little communities and like light a torch to bring them together so we can all unite.
Totally.
I don't know, it was interesting.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it.